This radio smells. Yes, it literally smells. It smells like the dashboard of a 1956 Chrysler or Craftsman tools. I don't suppose you have a 56 Chrysler, but if you have any of those tools, you might know what I mean. It's the kind of plastic used in the handles. Now, if you just have those tools out in the garage, you may not notice, but if you have them tucked away in a toolbox, you'll notice it when you open up that toolbox. Like, what happened in here? I gotta clean that up. But no one lost their lunch in there. It's just the plastic. This is a crazy design, with these concentric rectangles made of the suspected plastic. There are badges in the middle of them, and a fancy nameplate made of underpainted plastic over on the right side. On the bottom it says Transistor 900. Looking over on the back, it says DuMont Transistor 900 Perma-Life Pocket Radio. And on the bottom, DuMont Television and Radio Corporation, Jersey City, New Jersey, USA. Now, who else was in Jersey City, New Jersey, USA? Emerson. And that's who made this radio for DuMont. That's why this looks so much like the Emerson 911 Eldorado. Now, presumably DuMont knew how to make radios, but they let Emerson make this one. Well, the story is that in 1958, DuMont sold its TV manufacturing division to Emerson, according to Wikipedia, which talks about television, but as of this date makes no mention of DuMont radios. We can safely guess that Emerson bought the radio division too, and continued using the DuMont name on radios and TVs as long as the DuMont name meant anything to anyone. In the Emerson line, DuMont was positioned as a deluxe brand, more high-end than the regular Emerson products, and that accounts for the ornate decoration on this and other DuMont radios and TVs. What's going on here is exactly the same as what you see today in a so-called luxury hotel, or in the homes of the nouveau riche. Gold claptrap all over the place, chandeliers in the bathroom, and all that. Even if we don't see the pretentiousness of it in the fancy new hotel, we can see it here clearly enough, as with age, the ostentation's tackiness becomes more obvious and funny. Another of DuMont's tendencies along these lines was its fondness for putting doors on their TVs, because, of course, no high-class family would have a blank TV screen visible when it wasn't in use. You closed the doors and hid that screen. Against the decline of civilization, you've got to put your foot down somewhere, or next you'll be leaving your toaster out on the kitchen counter all day. I came across this 1964 ad and was surprised to learn there were still DuMont television sets being made that late. You can see on the color TV pictured here, and on the advertisement that surrounds it, they were still working that luxury angle in their marketing, and providing full employment to a woodworking department tasked with reducing the number of straight lines on their TV cabinets. The TV has a sliding door to cover the screen, thank goodness. This ad shows their corporate address, now in New York City. Fifth Avenue, of course. As I once talked about in a video on Arvin, it's fun to pick up little clues about these radios from small details. Normally, whenever we see some words molded into the back of a radio, They do not have a box around them. In that Arvin video, we saw the words Made in USA on the back, but when the cabinet molds were adapted to produce the radio elsewhere, they had to block out the old information and add the new. They cut Made in USA right out of the mold and inserted the words Hong Kong in a new section, resulting in the impression of a box around the words. So, why would we see a box around Emerson's name and location on the back of this radio? Was this cabinet used by somebody else first? Did this radio perhaps first appear as the DuMont? Well, the words on the DuMont's back also have the box around them. So I think we can conclude one of two things. First, that there is a mystery radio out there that is the original and is of unfathomable beauty and rarity. Or the much more mundane conclusion is that Emerson designed and produced their Eldorado radio and the DuMont radio at the same time, and so produced the original mold without these words being built in at all, but a blank space left in the mold to be filled in appropriately. Inside the back, the label tells how to replace the batteries and warns you not to put them in facing the wrong direction, or you'll damage the radio. There's kind of a copper color thing going on all over the place back here. 4 penlight cells power the radio. They're held in place inside plastic tubes at the bottom. The DuMont 900. There's a real verve to its ostentation that, as a collector, I have to admire. It's an audacious design, wildly pretentious, and it makes me laugh. This, though it too makes me laugh, has a certain sad quality to it. Maybe it's the fussiness of it all. Or maybe I'm just jealous. Maybe I realize that the closest I'm ever going to come to living the lifestyle of the rich and famous is owning this DuMont radio. And it smells.